Hi everyone and welcome back to Taslima Maya Art on the Creative Art Collective. Check out the playlists of my fellow artists down in the pinned comment below. In my last video I showed you how to dry flowers using silica gel crystals, but today I'll be showing you a different technique, pressing flowers using the Suziko Flower Press Kit. This method gives you beautifully flat paper-like flowers that are perfect for bookmarks, journals and collage art and much more. If you missed last week's video, do go check it out. I'll link it above, but it was how to use these silica gel crystals to dry your beautiful blooms. And I did that with a special bouquet I had, a gift from my two children after my surgery. And here's the Suziko Flower Press Kit that I ordered from Amazon. It's quite compact and I've just opened it up just to see what it contains altogether. So first off, we have this lovely little visual manual on how to use the kit, and we also have some bookmark making accessories which I'll probably use once the flowers are ready, but these look great, don't they? Look at these. So they're different colours, pastel colours, and we've got the transparent overlays for the top of those and some tassels. Also included are some tweezers, a craft knife and some scissors. Really handy for trimming and handling those blooms. Next up we have some vacuum sealed drying plates here, so we can layer our flowers on top of each other, and some lining paper there as well. And this looks like a good size Ziploc bag. Once my flowers are pressed within the kit, I can pop it inside that bag. Also included in the kit are these sponges, and quite a few of them by the looks of it. And we also have the straps and the two sturdy wooden plates, which has the brand name on there. Brilliant. So let's get to it. Before you start, make sure your workspace is dry and clean, particularly dry, as any dust or moisture can mark the petals during pressing. I've got my two wooden plates here and my adjustable strap, and I am doing this outdoors on a lovely warm day. This was back in the summer, and I'm placing my straps just underneath there ready, and I'm going to get my lining paper out. Now, I did make a beginner's error. I actually left the drying pad out. However, I kind of correct that later. So what I'm doing here is I'm preparing the flowers. This is a bouquet I got in May of 2025 from my beautiful daughters Sarah and Safi. And I'll be pressing some of these. I trimmed the stems and gently flattened the petals either between my fingers or on the work surface. And I have to be super gentle with some of these because there are a lot of petals on these ones. They are utterly beautiful, aren't they? So vibrant in colour. So here they are. A good tip is that the best flowers for pressing are the ones that are naturally flat or have a single layer of petals. I decided to go all in with the multiple layer of petals ones. But do try and avoid very thick flowers or slice them in half before pressing if you're starting out. Or at least until you get used to doing this method. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I didn't really look at the instructions very carefully. I probably should have, but I placed my flowers down this way and then decided actually no, I'm going to place them the opposite way because it seems easier than to press them down in terms of just getting those petals to lay flat. So I put my lining paper down on my wooden board, and I'm just going to place my foam on top of them. And I decide actually I want a few leaves in there as well. Why not flatten them a bit as well and see how flat they get. Now, the correct order for the items in the Suziko Flower Press Kit is drying plate first, then lining paper, and then the sponge with the flower in between the lining paper and the sponge. So the general order for each layer when pressing flowers is the wooden board, drying plate, lining paper, flowers, sponge, and then drying plate on top. Ah, look, I got there in the end with a little bit of help from the other half, and it can get a little tricky trying to put on the adjustable straps while keeping that board on top of these relatively thick flowers. And I did need another person to help me, so thankfully my husband was doing the gardening nearby, saw me struggle and came along to try and strap these flowers in place as tightly as possible. And ooh, look how slim that looks. That's fantastic. But we're not done yet. We have to now Place this inside the Ziploc bag. Then put this in a warm, dry place for about 1 to 2 weeks. You can check after a few days to make sure there's no mould and that the flowers are drying evenly. And if the paper feels damp, you can replace it with a fresh one. You can also layer and build up the press using multiple layers of flowers. Okay, so I'm super excited because it's been a couple of days and I'm ready to do the unveiling. Let's see what's happened. I wonder what the results are going to be. So I carefully unstrap this and open each layer to see what the flowers look like. I have to say I did increase the pressure of the straps a little bit for each day for the first few days to help the moisture escape evenly. And I removed the wooden plate and this drying paper, which is almost soaked through with all the moisture. It's much heavier than before. Wow, look at that. And I'll just put that aside and lift up the foam that we have and see what the flowers look like. And wow, look at that! Isn't that gorgeous? And it's really retained all that vibrancy of that pink colour and the yellow in the middle. That is a stunning one. And they're so extremely thin. Look how flat they are and papery. Perfect. I'll lift up the lining paper and trying to gently peel each one off. The leaves are actually super flat. Look at those. And again, very vibrant and green. So it's really sapped that moisture out of that and flattened it a lot. That's super slim. I'll put that aside. So they're great for leaves as well, aren't they? And I'm looking forward to using this for lots of other flowers. And I'll just peel these off. Now, these flowers had a lot of petals. So they were probably a harder task, but it looks like it's really worked. The colours are still soft, but very beautiful, a natural vintage look. Look at that. And I'll just bring it up to the camera for you. Look at that. Gorgeous. I can imagine embedding these in my resin work and maybe in a shadow box as well. I don't know yet. They look amazing, and I'm thinking about all the possibilities for these. And pressed flowers are perfect for bookmarks, greeting cards, resin frames, and even journaling. They're lightweight, easy to handle, and they add a delicate natural beauty to any kind of project. And look how super thin that one is. One tip is to actually store them between clean sheets of paper until you're ready to use them. So make sure they're kept in an airtight and dry condition. And I can't tell you how much money this is going to save in having to buy dried flowers. I can just make them for myself. So how fabulous is that? So I'll be using some dried flowers that I'm going to press in the next portion of the video to make a set of handmade bookmarks using this Suziko Kits accessory. So stay tuned for that coming up in a moment. I'll probably also show you some unseen footage of my daughter actually drying some flowers, which are more 3D in nature, as opposed to these paper thin beauties. So that'll be coming up in a moment as well. But if you want to watch a more long form version of that, you can check out my video from last week. Honestly, flower pressing is one of the most peaceful and beautiful ways to preserve your flowers. And it keeps their delicate colours and shapes, wicking away that moisture gradually, turning them into perfect little artworks for bookmarks, cards and framed decor. Talking about bookmarks, dried flower bookmarks are simple to make and turn out beautifully. And here are some tips and steps to help you create elegant, long-lasting bookmarks using your dried flowers. Remember to use the right kind of flowers. The best types are small, flat flowers like daisies, violets, forget-me-nots or fern leaves, and you can use the press to press them flat, paper thin. Avoid any thick or juicy flowers which can cause moisture or mould issues. As part of the flower press kit, I had these lovely paper cardstock backgrounds and they're different colours, and I also had some laminating sheets or self-adhesive sheets to place over the top. Make sure you handle your flowers with care using some tweezers and lay out your flowers on a flat surface first to experiment with colour balance and placement. I actually used Mod Podge to glue down each of my dried flowers and leaves, and you can also use this self-adhesive sheet to place over the top, or you can use a laminating machine as well with laminating pouches. Another simpler way of protecting your flowers is actually just painting Mod Podge over the entire thing once you've glued them all down, so that can seal it in. You can put a couple of layers down. So you can see that the Bookmark cardstock that comes with this kit actually has a hole at the top, but you can actually punch your own hole in using a hole punch, and then thread some ribbon, a hemp cord or lace through that, depending on the look that you're after. Remember, you can also write or print a quote or botanical name on the background paper for a personal touch. So I've never made bookmarks before using pressed flowers, and I'm having so much fun and thinking about all the different colours and arrangements that I can make. It's so much fun. You have to give this a go. If you're enjoying this video or find it valuable, please let me know in the comments below, and also share with your friends. And let me know what you think. So this is my spring blooms collection, and these will be great for gifting or selling at markets. And here you can see, having glued my flowers and leaves down, I'm simply using a bristle brush to push down on the flowers very gently to make sure there's full adhesion to the background card. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are so many different ways to seal and protect your delicate dried flowers and make sure your bookmarks are hardy. The option that I chose was simply to glue my leaves and my petals down in the arrangement that I really wanted. Then I used a self-adhesive sheet and I sandwiched my design against the card and pressed firmly to seal any air out. If you want to use a lamination method, you can place your design between two laminating sheets and seal using a laminator, or alternatively, you can also use UV resin for a glossy, durable and waterproof finish, but make sure to work in a ventilated area. So here are two of my beautiful designs, and I love them. Remember, when you paint over with Mod Podge, it does dry clear, so you don't see it, which is fantastic. And again, the laminating pouch or the self-adhesive film is also a brilliant option to seal those in. I think we're going to actually dry some of these beautiful flowers that you bought for me when I was in hospital.
Mommy?
Yeah? Yeah, sweetie?
What is that?
Yeah, it's silica gel crystals. Is that fun?
Yeah.
So what we need is
Sand.
It feels like sand. We need a little bit at the bottom of this, so add a bit more into the bottom of that because these flowers are a bit bigger. And we need to shake it in a bit. Good girl, that's it, well done.
That's enough.
It's a bit more, baby. A bit more. That's enough, that's enough. Now we're going to pick some flattish flowers, okay?
This one?
No, we're going to press those. We've got a beautiful flower press here. We're going to use that kit in a minute. We're going to pick some of these, maybe these little ones,
Yes.
to dry. So
Can I
no,
pick it?
don't pick it. You're going to have to slice it with a knife, okay?
Can I?
Very carefully.
Okay.
I'm not sure, are you going to be able to do that?
Yes.
Okay, hold the knife. Wait there, I'll tell you where to cut it by showing you. So you're going to cut it right at the neck.
Okay.
Here, right straight down. You've got to be gentle in case the petals fall off. You've got to be super gentle and not put the knife anywhere near your hands.
Okay.
So can you do it, do you think?
Yes, I'm scared.
Just cut it very straight. Up and down. Well done. So you got that flower, yeah?
Yes.
See this flower? Let's put the knife back and don't touch the knife really. Never touch the blade. Now we've got this beautiful flower. Let's have a look at that.
Let's put it in here.
We are going to. We're just going to flatten it a little bit though first, okay? So let's pop it upside down and just flatten it a tiny
Can
bit.
I?
Yeah, of course, gently. Remember, everything has to be super gentle, otherwise it'll just break and squish and it will have weird colours on it, okay? So you have to be really careful. Hold it down like that for a minute. And when you're done, we're going to place it very gently into the silica gel, okay? When you're ready. We got enough in there, darling. Now, do you want to put it in there now?
Yes.
Okay, let's have a look at it a minute. So pretty, that's gorgeous. Now you're going to place it over in a corner there because we want to put quite a few in. Yeah, give it a bit more space so they can flatten out. That's it. And make sure all the petals are super flat because that's how it's going to dry. Okay, we want it to dry really pretty with all the petals sticking out, not tucked under. That's really good. And then when we put all our flowers in, we're going to place more on top of it, but not yet, because that's going to dry that out beautifully. So shall we get another one? What about one of these white ones? Maybe a small white one. That one?
there's one over here that really looks really good.
Okay, that's fine with me. Careful. Let's get the knife.
Okay.
We're doing exactly the same thing.
Okay.
Very carefully, okay? Right, you move your hands right out of the way when you cut with a knife. Keep cutting. They're very sharp, so keep cutting. You shouldn't hold the petals like that, love. You should be holding the stalk at the bottom. But don't worry, I don't want you to cut your fingers, so just do the best you can. Do you want some help? That's beautiful, isn't it?
Yes.
What a gorgeous flower. Now, do you want to pop it into here?
Yes.
Go on then. Very gently.
Yep.
Yep. Well, you mustn't go up against the side, because when you go up against the side, the petals will go curved instead of
2
flat.
flowers in here?
You can add another one if you can find a small enough one, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can find a small enough one? It can
Yes.
even be a leaf, it doesn't have to be a flower.
Here?
Yeah, maybe that one will work.
No.
No. What about this tiny one here? Oh, there's a really small one here.
Oh, yes, that one.
Yeah.
Can you move the flowers?
Yeah. Good girl. You chopped that off really well. So now remember what we have to do, put the knife back
There's
gently.
a spider on that.
Doesn't matter. And we flatten that out. Remember, very gently we flatten it out. Very gently. Okay, let's see the petals are all okay on the other side. First we flatten this side out, then we turn it around and flatten it out again. So let's do that.
Okay.
Flatten that side out first and then turn it around and put it on his face.
Face.
Look at the petals you're bending here, see?
Ah.
Be super careful and gentle is what you need to do. Right, the next thing we do once we've got all our flowers in place, and make sure all our petals are flat-ish, okay, is, I'll show you, I'll do the top ones. We're going to
I
pour
want
this in.
to.
Yeah, you can do it in a
Can I
minute.
do it?
We pour this in very gently.
Okay.
We'll put it right in the middle of the flower so it flattens the flower out properly. And we also do it this side. And we cover that flower up completely. And what I will do is dry those flowers out, okay? Now your turn.
Yeah, on the big flower.
Listen, yeah, but right in the middle. Just keep pouring in the middle. Otherwise, if you put it on the side, it's going to squish the petals so much. Very good. Keep going. Shake it in gently. Cover all the petals, sweetie. Good girl. That's it. You're doing really good. That's it, sweetheart. That's really good work.
Dang.
Brilliant. Now we're going to need a bit more. Don't touch it. No touching it. You shake it a bit. And then we can add a bit more from this bag. And this is WiseDry Silica Gel Crystals. And we're going to add a bit more because we need to cover it completely. Now we can put another layer of flowers on top.
Yes.
I think we'll just maybe add. Finally, I've just put the lid on. I'm going to make sure it's airtight and it does not come off, and put it away for 3 to 5 days and check on them later. Okay, Safi? So that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching Taslima Maya Art, and if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe and let me know in the comments below which drying method you prefer, pressing or silica. Until next time, take care and keep creating beauty one petal at a time. Up next on the Creative Art Collective is Let's Pour with Patty. See you there.